Hi guys, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Check out my brand new printer. I just got this new thing. It's crazy. It's awesome. It printing. Hey, we're going to talk today about the new printers for Flesh and Blood. We're going to chat about. I wasn't going to do a video on this actually. I didn't want to become. I feel like I've kind of become like a newsy channel. I don't know. We're almost at 3,500 subs though, so obviously, I mean, I guess we're doing something okay. Anyway, we're gonna do a celebration. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna talk about the new printers. I wasn't gonna do a video about it, and then like 5 people emailed me and said, hey, did you see this? Are you gonna do a video on it? So what the people want, they get on Kitchen Table TCG, and the people apparently wanted my opinions on our new printing facilities. Basically, they put an article out at FABTCG.com. Basically, there's going to be 3 new printing facilities. We got Japan, Belgium, and then the United States of America. Not sure if you heard about it. We just celebrated our independence over here. But we got 3 countries. I'm not sure, like I'm not gonna pretend to know what companies are which, or if you guys know in the comment section, I'm sure you'll tell me. So I'm not gonna pretend to know. Let me know in the comment section if you know the people, and if you wanna hit the thumbs up or thumbs down video while you're doing it, just remember that multiplies the algorithm. So I don't care if you don't like it because I didn't do the research on where the companies are. I don't know how to do that. I'm sure that you will let me know. Just make sure you thumb up or thumbs down in there while you're doing it so I know if you hate me. But you know, there's 3 countries, 3 different places, and what they kind of say in the article is that the card quality should be about the same. That's what they say, but there might be differences in the card stock and the other things that happen. But here's what they said. They said we're seeing a WTR reprint because we don't have enough of that. We're seeing a WTR reprint that's going to use the Japanese cardstock, and then Crucible Unlimited is going to use the Japanese cardstock. So that's coming out this summer. And then first edition Tales of Aria, Tales of Aria. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not a wordsmith. That's not what I do. But Tales of Aria is going to use the United States. That will be the first time that we see the U.S. card quality. And so here's my takes on things. I know a lot of people in the Pokemon world are very angry about this. Angry is a strong word. My Discord server is pretty angry about it, but a lot of people in the Pokemon world have had bad experiences with the United States printers on Pokemon being really off-center and some other things. I want to start off by saying I think that we will first see these cards. I know we will first see these cards in Vegas, and I do believe that they are. I don't believe that that's going to be the best. I don't believe that's going to be the best time to be like evaluating them. I do think, and I would do the same thing if I was LSS. Those cards will be curated. We will see the best versions of the US cards there. So I don't think that they're going to just like blindly give us the cards, which is what I would do, honestly. I do think that there is some, you know, just from talking from people about Pokemon, there is a history of poor printing in the United States of America. So I don't know. But we don't know, right? We don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, maybe LSS found another company or was able to work something out. This is what I know. I am happy that LSS is admitting that they had a problem. They are admitting that we have a problem and now we are trying to fix it. The question is, what problem do you think that they're trying to address? I don't know. There's 2 problems, really. There's the problem of card quality, and then there's the problem of first edition supply. And I know you guys are going to say, well, it appears that Monarch had a great first edition supply, but at the release, boxes were $500, and that's when they're making the decisions, right? On release of Monarch, that's when they would have been making these decisions. They didn't make this decision for card quality like 3 days ago when they posted the article. They didn't like all of a sudden be like, oh, you know what, we should call up these companies, and there's like months and weeks of work that goes into this. So the big issue in my mind was amount of product for first edition. And I think that that's the main issue that they're addressing here. Now, I do think that they can address the card quality issue in the back end and do some quality control and that's going to be important. But the main issue I feel like they're solving is the number of boxes. And so here's what I would say to you. you have to ask your question before you take your attitude, before you get excited or not excited about this idea that we have 3 times the number of printers right now. You have to ask yourself this: what do you want? Do you want high box prices? Like, do you want first edition box prices to come out at $400 or $500 again? Or do you want this kind of 150, 125 slow growth up? And personally, I want the 150, 125. I want to have enough boxes to sell to locals and to patrons and not have to worry about people scalping and all that. Like, that's what I want. Like, I want if you want 10 boxes of Tales of Aria first edition, like, I want to be able to get you 10 boxes at a reasonable cost. That's what I want to be able to do. I think most other retailers, most other people who are selling Flesh and Blood, they don't want to get back into, like, people had a terrible time in Monarch. Everyone, you did, I did, George did, the retailers did, because the prices, nobody felt good selling boxes at what they were selling at. But we will all feel good selling boxes at, 100, 120 bucks, whatever it ends up being, if there's enough of them. And so I think that's the biggest win here, and something that I'm excited about. I am excited that we've increased, hopefully this increases and allows them to print as much first edition as we need to keep those box prices suppressed without kind of getting out of hand, which is a good thing. So then I think we got to talk about this kind of quality issue. And I want to talk about the cold foil process. And again, I don't know. I don't work at a printer. I've never worked at Carter Monday. That's not what I do. But I do know from talking to a few people that the cold foil printing process is quite delicate. That, it was something that they had to hone in. For Flesh and Blood, if you don't know this, do I have a cold foil around here? I don't. For Flesh and Blood, they don't just like foil the whole card or put like just ridges. Like, there's a reason that Magic the Gathering just puts the ridges, because it's easier, right? Because it doesn't take as much work and it's not as delicate of a process. But in cold foils, it's a delicate process to get that foiling in the right area, and the card has to be a little bit different. It's just a different process that's a little bit more delicate. And so hopefully they've had these conversations. I think it's interesting. Honestly, it's very interesting to me that they've chosen the United States printer to do the first edition. To me, it says that they have had conversation. I'm projecting here. I'm assuming here, but there's a reason that they chose that printer of the 3 for the first edition. They even specify first edition product will be from the US printers. It might have to do with distribution being easier. That could be it. But it also could be that they sent tests to these 3 printers and the US is the one that came back the best. So I do think it's healthy to have 3 competing printers here that they can kind of pick and choose the best one, whoever can get them in the most time. So I like that. Now, I will say that the people who buy Pokemon, they're worried about the print quality in the USA. And that is certainly going to be a concern, but let's not jump there yet. That's where I want to say is let's not jump the gun yet and be like, oh, the US cards look horrible. It's just not worth it. We don't know yet. We just don't know. We don't know what printer they're using. We don't know if they've worked out a thing that hey, we have better quality control because it's first edition cards. We have to assume the best. We have to choose until we know the card quality is worse. We have to just assume that it's for the best. And on top of that, we now know there's 3 places that they can print their cards, so supply issues should fizzle. That's the biggest takeaway for me. Supply issues should be no more. Now, this is going to be interesting, because if supply issues are no more, there's some things on the back end that have to be worked out with distribution, in terms of the 2 different distributors. I would love to see a 3rd distributor added to the network, because right now the competition between the 2 just is not working for smaller stores. But the number of boxes I really think is going to increase as a result of this, and the card quality issues are still hung out to dry. Now, if you're still here all the way into the video, here's another caveat to this. If the card quality is poor in the United States cards, if it's not good, you are going to see people buying Belgium or Japan cases and saying, hey, I'll buy this case. And I can't, let's pull up the article. Let me just clarify here. If they say the first edition are, the first of our made in the US product is Tales of Araya first edition. So it appears to me that all the US product, all the first edition Tales of Araya are going to be printed in the US printer. So I don't think you're gonna see this on buying Belgium or Japanese cards until we get to the Unlimited, which doesn't really matter, I don't think. So I know a lot of people were concerned about that, but it appears that the article says that all the cards for first edition, I mean, it doesn't specify that, but it doesn't specify that it'll be different things. It just says the first of our made in the US product is Tales of Araya first edition. So I'm guessing that they're doing the whole print run there, but that could be, that's still, who knows. But if they do a split print run, maybe you do see people buying Belgium cases or Japanese cases, and maybe there is a premium. I don't know. Anyway, we got a new printer. I'm super excited about it because it means that we got more product for us. The prices should, be more balanced upon release. The argument there is what happened with Monarch. I don't know. I don't know. But hope you have a great day. Remember, be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you later for another video.